the most powerful and feared man in the
Yeah.
music business.
I wanna try the boat, yeah. She wanna try the boat, yeah. Hey, come, yeah. She only fuck.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl Tommy, and I'm back to you with another video. In today's video, I'm actually gonna be touching on just a serious topic, and the topic is addressing mental health. Because lately, I've just kind of been going through my own type of mental health, and I've always dealt with mental health, but I never knew directly what I was going through or the proper name for it. And so like I said, lately I've just been off and just kind of in my feelings and just isolating myself. So I want to make this video as just to bring not awareness, but just to just talk about it, and just talk about my own personal experience with mental health. So without further ado, let's hop into the video. Basically, I've been dealing with mental health for, I don't know, as long as I can remember, because I would have times where I would be mad, angry, when I got so overwhelmed or upset, I would just break down and cry, and I would just scream and maybe hit stuff, and just I knew something wasn't right, but I never talked about it coming up, just because I just didn't want to seem weak to anybody, or have that type of vulnerability for someone to use that against me. So anytime I was feeling some type of overwhelmingness, emotion, anything, I dealt with it behind closed doors. And as I started getting older, I just realized I was I want to talk to someone, but I don't know who to talk to about it. And so it's I just kind of kept a lot of stuff in. And it was just last year, when I was off in AmeriCorps, I just realized that my mental health was really not okay. Well, honestly, I realized my mental health was not okay in 2018, when I was just looking for comfort in the wrong things to deal with my emotions. I was just trying to just get away from my emotions. So I was just getting lit. I was always trying to find a move, hang with somebody, just anything to not deal with what I was going through. Because in 2018, well, no, actually, let me run it back to 2016. I lost my grandmother. May God rest her soul. And then in 2017, I lost an uncle. And then 2018, I lost somebody who was very close to me. He was a mentor to me. I lost my aunt, and I believe I lost another uncle in 2018. So all that, and I was in college, it was a lot to deal with, and I really wasn't grieving because I didn't want to deal with my emotions. I was already angry and mad about a lot of things in life, and I just kept all that energy bottled up. So fast forward to 2019, came out of a really bad relationship, and I was already mad about that, and then being in AmeriCorps, and then I was used to being away from home because I was in college, but really just this just the stress of being in AmeriCorps, it really takes a toll on you mentally. And that was already a whole lot on me, dealing with just people that just didn't know how to just sit down and be adults about situations, and always getting mad and getting frustrated, because I already knew that I had anger problems too, because I just I'm the type of person, when I get mad, I'm real chill, and I have to walk away because I'm liable to just do something that I don't need to do. So like I said, it's just I've been dealing with a whole lot of stuff. And like I said, in AmeriCorps, I actually did go have a consultation with a doctor. I didn't actually get to sit down and really tell them what was really going on, but I just gave them just a brief summary. And she tried to say, that I had some anxiety. But then I was kind of I don't really think it's anxiety, just because like some people suffer anxiety like severely to where they have panic attacks and things of that nature, and I was like, it's not really that for me. I get overwhelmed, I get angry, and I tend to kind of lash out. So I was just kind of like, anxiety, that's not it. Depression, not really. So I recently kind of stumbled across everything that like fit what I've been feeling, what I've been going through just over the years, and it's actually called an emotional breakdown. And I feel like as people, we all have emotional breakdowns. Well, it's actually called emotional meltdown, but breakdown is kind of the same thing. And I'm actually gonna insert the definition and everything here in the video. And so, like, with an emotional meltdown, it's kind of like that a lot of factors can kind of like play into that. Whereas stress from a relationship, taking on too much, um, and just, you know, being hungry can factor into an emotional breakdown. It's just a lot of different things that go into an emotional breakdown. So for me, like, when I go through my emotional breakdowns, I tend to want to isolate myself off, which is actually one of the um, see, trying to get proper terminology, that's where I messed up at. But basically, isolating yourself, it goes along with an emotional breakdown, because when you're like so overwhelmed and you're angry, you're mad, you're sad, you tend to want to just break away from people to get yourself together. um, and that's kind of like what I tend to do, because I go maybe months without talking to people, because I'm trying to handle everything, my own emotions by myself, because I'm the type, I just feel like even when you have people to talk to, you still feel alone, just because you don't want to just tell everybody what you're going through, because honestly some people care what you're going through and other people don't. And it's like some people will give you good advice and other people will kind of just like use that against you. So yeah, and like I said, lately I've just been going through a whole lot, like personal life wise. Like life in general for me is pretty straight, like I can't really complain because I'm blessed to be um, working, I'm blessed to be waking up in the morning, and I'm just blessed that I have a roof over my head. But in my personal life, I've just been feeling real like sad and just wanting to just isolate myself off from the world. And it got bad to a point where I actually reached out to my brother, and I had to talk to him, and that was like, it helped me very much, because I told him like I really wasn't trying to break down, but it got to the point where I have to reach out to somebody and I have to talk to him. And and that's when I realized I can't keep letting it like build up like that. And that's why I was like, I wanted to come and just make this video just to let anybody know that when it comes to your mental health, like, seek proper help, or talk to someone that you really trust, because I've gotten to the point sometimes where I'm just like, and I'm gonna be completely transparent, because like in my younger days when I was suffering with like emotional breakdowns and stuff, sometimes I did have those thoughts of wanting to cause self-harm. And it was like I had to get, like, it wasn't too bad to an extent, but it was like where I mentioned it to my stepdad, and my stepdad like talked good sense into me to like just not have me have those thoughts. So him talking to me and reassuring me, that you are loved and things of that nature, actually like, did help me. And I think, that was really like the one time in my life where I was thinking of causing self-harm. I never actually did it, but I was just so overwhelmed with my emotions. It was just a lot going on at that time for me, and I didn't know how to handle it. So I thought that would be like a smart way to handle it. Not, but at the time, causing self-harm is not a smart way, but when you're in a certain state of mind, that seems like a smart way to you in that moment. But like I said, it's just honestly, y'all, it's like really hard talking about it because it's like sometimes you don't want to let everybody know what you go through. And, I'm just like, it's not an uncomfortable topic because lately I've been very vocal about it now, but it's just like really reminiscing back on those times where like I wasn't, in the right state of mind. It's just because I've just like, when you just come a long way from somewhere, that's really where I'm at in my life right now. But again, I just want to say that for anybody who suffers from an emotional breakdown, I actually looked up some ways to really like stop yourself from getting to that breaking point. And I'm actually going to also insert it somewhere on the screen too. Ways that you can really like woosah so you don't get so overwhelmed and have like loud outbursts, crying uncontrollably, and things of that nature. I know one of the ways is they tell you to stop and like take a deep breath and count to 10. Another way is to just, before you get to your meltdown point, separate yourself from everybody. Different ways to really handle it. But honestly, what I really want to say as an overall message is for anyone, like I said, who has like, mental health related issues, like I said before, go seek, proper help, or go sit down and talk to somebody that you can trust. And I just want you to know that like sitting down talking about, how you're feeling emotional wise, that is not a sign of weakness. And it's okay to be vulnerable sometimes because as people, we go through so much in life, and a person can only take but so much. And sometimes we all come to that breaking point to where like we need to talk to somebody whether we want to or not, because we can only handle but so much by ourselves. And I encourage you to reach out for help. I encourage anybody to just be vocal about your mental health, because like I said, what I know now, I wish that I actually did sit down and talk to somebody to help actually sort out everything that I was dealing with at the time, because it was a whole lot of heavy stuff that I was dealing with in my life at such a young age, and just going through the motions. And like I said, looking for comfort in the wrong things in people, like that takes your pain away for a minute, but that's only temporary, because you still got to deal with your pain. I hope that like my story really helps somebody else, because again, I'm really just trying to educate the next person and also trying to uplift the next person as well, because again, mental health is something serious, especially within the Black community. We don't really talk about it a lot, and I feel like it should be brought forth, because anxiety, depression, like all of that is real. And it's like if it goes unnoticed, then that person could cause self-harm. Anything can happen, or they can look to comfort in the wrong things and people. Like I said, like me personally, that's what I went through, looking for comfort in the wrong things and people, and not sitting down actually dealing with my emotions. Because again, sitting down talking about it will make you feel so much better, and just somebody just giving you positive words of encouragement really makes a difference. And I'm speaking from personal experience, because if I didn't have like the few friends that I had around me to really like let me know, like regardless, even if we don't talk every day, I got you, like I'm here if you need to talk, and always being so encouraging and uplifting, I don't really know where I would be. When you cut negative energy out your life, you realize that it's so much more like, I don't know, positive days, because you have to clear out your clutter in order for you to really like grow in life. If you stay around negativity, you're always going to be stuck in that negative state of mind and just in that negative bubble. So again, I encourage y'all to use my story to help you.
The most powerful and feared man in the music business.